It ends Spurs 3, Liverpool 6, 9-goal thriller. Spurs on the wrong end of it. Stay tuned to the end to get my thoughts on what went wrong for Spurs today. In that loss against Liverpool. But if you're new to the channel, don't forget to smash the subscribe button. It's free to do so and it helps the channel grow. Get involved in the comments below throughout today's video, whether you be a Spurs fan, Liverpool fan, or just a football fan with your thoughts. Always interested. I do always reply to the comments. I think it was just a challenge too big for Spurs today. A depleted Spurs squad. I don't like to make excuses, but Liverpool obviously had that extra day's rest. They didn't, they played a second string team against Southampton. They had the luxury with that easier draw. So I think we're stacked against us coming into this. I don't get the Ange criticism tonight, if I'm being totally honest with you. I think his hands are tied. I think you give him, players that are capable, no disrespect to the current players, but players that are capable of playing this system, 2-3 times a week. Because at the moment we're playing 3 games in 7 days, like any other club in Europe as well. In a festive period, and I just think you give him that squad depth as well, and it's a totally different situation. I think he's proven what he's capable of. He's won trophies this way, and I just think his hands are tied in that sense. So he needs to be backed. I don't think it's right to sack him at all, or even entertain that thought, because I think you sack Ange, you go back to square one. You have to appoint a 6th manager in 6 years. I don't think the manager's a problem. I think he does start from higher up in terms of the question, so I get the frustration and feeling around the whole ownership. It's a big process before the game. It was planned outside the club shop, 3 p.m, or opposite the club shop, sorry, and the turnout looked really good for that. So if you feel that way, credit to all involved, because we delivered a peaceful protest. If you feel that way, I don't feel strongly about the ownership. However, I do think a lot of our problems come from the top. So although I don't get the Ange criticism, I don't think we've done enough maybe today to... I don't agree with the things about poor in-game management, because Johnson got an assist, Bergvall was involved in one of the goals, so Ange's in-game management has always been good and never been a problem, but we didn't do anything before the game, I don't think, well, it was not visible anyway, to plan to deal with Liverpool and stop them thriving, because it's talking about the best team in the country here, and we've got the most informed player in the world, for me, in Mohamed Salah. I don't think there was a plan to deal with either of them. I thought Draxler really struggled with positioning. Forster, again, another uncomfortable experience for him. I thought Gray done well, despite the backline conceding 6. And the players deserve credit, though, for that second half. They didn't give up. We didn't, I think we were battered and by the better team, but we didn't feel sorry for ourselves in the second half and sit back. We kept going and ended up scoring 3 goals, 2 in that second half. So I think that tells you all you need to know. Both goals are really nicely worked as well. Kulu, we know how impressive he's been. Solanke come to life in that second half, so credit to both of them. On a slight negative, I think Son, he just can't play twice a week. We need to manage his minutes more, and his minutes have been managed a lot this season, club and country, but he's just not the same player. We need to protect him, need to look after him, and maybe just start using him from the bench long term when we get players back. When you think about a long-term replacement, or have I ideally been Neto, but obviously Chelsea got him in the summer. That's a massive blow. But on a positive note, Bentancur is back. His ban is over. He's back, I believe, against Forest. So that is some good news. Now only 9 senior players missing for that game rather than 10. So that's a little positive in there. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to smash the subscribe button. It's free to do so and it helps the channel and the podcast grow. If you don't watch any videos before, I hope you have an excellent Christmas, but the content will continue over this festive period. That's Spurs and Premier League content. The channel for here, we provide Spurs England and Premier League content, but the Spurs content, match previews, match day vlogs, match reactions, podcasts, more than ever, will continue over the festive period. But now, massive, come on you Spurs, do get involved in the comments below with your thoughts on what went wrong for Spurs.